February 10th, 2021. And our I Can for today says I can compare fractions on a number line. Now we've worked on number lines before, so I think that you will like today's lesson. It's not too hard, we just have to get into a pattern of using them. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to give you a problem, and we're going to solve it by using a number line. Here's number 1. Would you rather have 1/3 or 3/5? I know I could draw chocolate bars to figure this out, but we need to make sure that we can do this other strategy also. I know some of you have also figured out we could use the butterfly to figure it out, which is true, but today we're practicing all of ours on a number line. So I'm going to start by making a number line from margin to margin. And I'm going to start at one margin line and I'm going to go all the way to the other. And my first number is going to be 1/3. So at the beginning of my number line, I have 0/3. And at the end of my number line, I'm going to have 3/3. And 3/3 is the same as 1 whole chocolate bar. Now I want to split this into 3 pieces. I have 0/3. I want 3 pieces. How many lines do I need to make? Just 2. So I have 0/3, 1/3, 2/3, and lastly 3/3. Now, how much was my first fraction for? My first fraction was for 1/3, so I'm going to put a point at 1/3, and I circled that fraction using the same color. Now, right below it, I'm going to make another number line. I'm going to start at the beginning margin, and I'm going to go all the way through to the other margin. This time I need to show 3/5. So at my very beginning, I would have 0/5. And at the very end, I would have 5/5. And 5/5 is the same as 1 whole. Remember, anytime the numerator and the denominator are the same, it equals 1 whole. Now, I need to split this into fifths. So how many lines should I write on my number line? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's label them. 0/5, 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, and there of course is 5/5. I'm going to circle my other fraction. This fraction shows 3/5. Where is 3/5 on my number line? Right here, 3/5. So would you rather have 1/3 or 3/5? I would rather have 3/5 because it's closer to 1 whole. The farther we get, the better we're doing. And that's how we're going to figure these out today. So let's try another one. This is number 2. We're going to have 1/3. Look, it's 1/3 again. You know what? Let's make it different. Let's do 2/3. 2/3 or 1/4. And we're going to compare this on a number line. So I need to draw my number lines. I'm going to start on the line going from margin to margin. And I start at one margin and I go all the way through to the other margin. At the beginning, I have 0/3. But all the way at the end, I would have 3/3 or 1 whole. Now, I need to split it into thirds, which means I need to make 2 lines. So I'm going to make a line here and make a line here. And now I need to label them. That's Samson saying hello, everyone. I have 0/3, 1/3, 2/3, and I'm going to label 2/3 on my number line. So I'm going to put a circle on my number line. That's where 2/3 is. But now I need to do a separate number line to show 1/4. So I'm tracing my number line again from margin to margin, but this time I need to show fourths instead of thirds. At the beginning, I have 0/4. And at the end, I would have 4/4, which is, of course, equal to 1 whole. Now, to make fourths, how many lines do I have to draw? 3 lines down. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to label them in fourths. 0/4, 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4. Now, my second fraction says 1/4. So I'm going to look on my number line, find 1/4, and I'm going to put a point right there. Would you rather have 1/4 or 2/3? Which one is farther down my number line? 2/3, absolutely. So hungry alligator eats the number that's greater, and 2/3 is greater than 1/4. Not so bad, right? So take your time. This is what we're going to be practicing today in our book. Use your notes if you need them. Take your time and make sure that you label the beginning of your number line with 0/3 or 0/5 or 0/4. Have a good day.